I just thought want to make a update on the bonsais. Just do a little short bonsai bench tour. Over here I've got my Portulacaria afra that's planted inside of a rock. It's been planted this way almost 3 years, and obviously it's battling. There's no substrate in there, it's just rock, a little bit of peat moss and leca expanded clay that I worked in there. So there's a little bit of substrate, but it's nothing organic, so it needs to be fertilized. I'll do that in the next couple of weeks or so. And there's a indigenous tree, not sure the name of it. There's a little, I think it's a Natal ficus, was a root cutting. Shaped it in a little bit into a windswept style. Over there I've got a Bourboon, Scotia afra. That's the one with the small leaves. And over here I had a jade plant planted on this rock. See how the roots grown through this. It actually fell. It was a nice big tree and then it broke off over there, but now it's starting to run out again, so I'm leaving it. Got some other sort of succulent also growing on top of this rock. And I've got a ficus sir. It's a cluster fig. Everything's looking dull and so on because it's winter time. I've got just a rosemary bush there, and over here I've got the other Bourboon, Scotia afra Karoo, I think, is it? Not sure. I've killed this tree probably about 50 times, and every time comes back to life again. I've got some acacias there. Over here I've got a milkwood. This is quite a nice little tree. Cedroxylon inerme. I like that little tree, it's a cool one. And I've got some cuttings. And then I've got this, actually did a prune to it the other day, gave it a nice prune and a bit of a shape. That's some junipery, Chinese junipery thing, I think. And cutting that I made off the pomegranate. This is the pomegranate wonderful. I decided I'm not going to take the wires off, so they're like embedded into the wood there. Hopefully the wood grows over it over the years, but I'd need to do some pruning on the water shoots and maybe some more shaping. That's how it's looking now. It's lost all its leaves in winter. Got some cuttings, a whole bunch of things here. This is a Cotoneaster, big thick Cotoneaster. Cut it back. It's completely bare rooted, and it decided it wants to grow. And then over here I've got some little olives. I need to do some weeding. Some little olives that I took out. There's another olive. Here's another Portulacaria afra. Over here I've got a nice acacia. Can't remember what acacia this was. Cibriani, Acacia Cibriani. Over here I've got a little yellowwood. This is a Podocarpus latifolius. That's the true yellowwood. There's he. Then I've got a couple of in the back there. I've got a black monkey thorn, a burkeye, another burkeye over there. There's a white normal monkey thorn, which is the galpini, acacia galpini. And over here I've got quite a nice big leafed Portulacaria afra, all gonna get pruned again come springtime. Over here I've got a little white stinkwood, Saltus africana. It's lost all its leaves. Over here I've got another little Cedroxylon inerma, little milkwood, another little milkwood. I love these milkwoods, of my favorite. Over here I've got the old cheesewood. It's also looking a bit worse for wear in the winter. So probably got to take those wires off. This is one of my oldest trees. Pittosporum viridiflorum, Cape cheesewood. Over here I've got a little maple. Maple, actually, I'm surprised it's winter time, that it's probably because I fertilized it a bit late. Still, but it's, yeah, the maple's looking nice. That was a gift from a friend. Actually, quite a good bonsai artist that I got that from. Here I've got two little Cotonia asters that need some pruning. Both of them growing in the same pot, and yeah, grew them from seed. They actually make really nice bonsais. So two little Cotonia asters. This is some sort of a, I don't know what this is really. Just came up in a pot randomly and I planted it in here. It doesn't have much shape to it, and I'm just letting it grow. Got a little lemon tree from seed. Here's another little ficus. And there I've got another little small little milkwood. Here's another ficus, probably like some strangler fig. I've got it planted over a rock, but the rock is still submerged. You can see it sticking out there, so that will eventually be a root over rock. Over here, just got to get back a little bit. There's a very nice black monkey thorn. He's bare, winter now. There's another yellowwood. This is a Podocarpus falcatus, the Otaniqua galander yellowwood. And over here is a nice galpini monkey thorn. There's a little nana juniper. Over here I've got another little Cotonia aster. Some little yellowwoods from seed there in the back. Over here I've got some more spackboompies, Portulacarias, another yellowwood. This is a Podocarpus henkeli, long-leafed one. This is a Brazilian pepper, also root over rock. So planted from seed, but I got it as a young little tree as a gift. And over here that fire thorn. It's actually quite nice. It just all needs pruning, but it's not the time to really prune it. So there's the fire thorn, and I've got another really nice black monkey thorn over here. Acacia Bonsai. And then a nice one of my favorites, this little juniper nana grown from a cutting. Starting to get some character, this guy. Canopy starting to get nice and round, and when I prune it I'll define the pads a little bit better, but it's really cool. That's why you need to make a lot of cuttings now, so in 6 years time you can have a lot of little trees like this, little bonsai like that. And I've just got a range of portulacarias. This one's quite nice. I've got another little cascading Japanese juniper nana. This is quite a nice little small leaf. Portulacaria afra. Also needs some pruning and some shaping. Can't wait for spring. Only entering winter now. Spring's a long way off, but yes. Here I've got a. Let me just. This is a pine. I'm not sure exactly what pine this is. It's a pine that I just took out on the side of the road. It had a nice bend in it, and need to get some wire on it. I just first checked if I can get it alive. It's about a year old now. It's growing. It's alive, happy and well. I've got this. Just a little jade. It's fallen over in the spot, but it's alive. Another little pine there. Nothing special. And then I've got this juniper growing on this rock. Also now a year that I've had this. But nice moss. There's the trunk. It's growing over this way. It's grown quite nice. I need to prune it and shape it a bit. It's quite a big rock, but it's a nice planting if I shape it nicely. And over here I've got a Yamadoried olive, wild olive, twin trunk. Stumped it completely and now it's grown out quite a lot. I've got this another black monkey thorn, Burkai, quite a nice structure to it, this tree. Another pine, a lot of portulacarias from cuttings. Needs to be pruned and shaped. I'm excited, can't wait. So much work waiting, fun work. Another wild olive. Here's one of my oldest Portulacaria afra trees. You can see it's got a nice thick trunk character in it. It's got some nice shape to it, but there's a lot of things I want to do to it, a lot of branches I want to remove later on. There's a Pinus sylvestris planted from seed, pruned back, and it's growing nicely. Also get some wire on some of these branches, shape it and clean it up, make it look nice come spring. And here's a Harpophyllum Caffrum. It's Wildeprime. There's two little seedlings, put wire on together in a pot. Over here I've got another little Portulacaria. This is a different variety, I'm not sure what it's called. Slackworm. In the back here I've got another Wildeprime. Harpophyllum, grew that from a cutting also. And I've got a little wild olive. It's quite a nice little tree. In the back there's another little olive I'm busy shaping. And this is a Cape Ash. There I've got a little leopard tree planted from seed. Got some wire on it. Rapanea melaniflus. And then there I've got a little Pinus sylvestris also from seed coming up. I've got a Gollum jade or Shrek's ear. There's the, it's actually, I need a nice spot for this tree. I need to get a nice spot and do some pruning to it. It's actually it was like this when I bought it. It was really cheap, 26 Rand. It's quite cool. You can make multiple little trees or bonsais out of that. Here's the old Gollum jade. Just look at the size difference between those leaves and these leaves. It's growing in this little pot. Mame. It's very cool. Little one that. Love it. Over here I've got a can't remember what this was. Indigenous. It's nice. Bought it from the Botanical Gardens 3 years ago. I've had it for, or maybe even 4 years. Goodness, can't remember what it was. Anyway, beautiful little tree. Over here I've got another Wildeprime planting in the spot. You can't see much, I need to weed, but there's about 12-13 trees in the spot. There's a big pot, big tree in the middle, trees planted around it. And I've got some cork bark oak, two little cork bark oaks, corky bark oaks that are planted together in this one pot. They were quite tall, cut them, completely stumped them and shaping them from here on. Another little leopard tree, Brazilian leopard. Over here I've got a little white stinkwood. This tree's quite old, this thing's about 14 years old. Just always battled, slow growing. Then I've got this, some nice moss there. This is the boekenhout. Purple growth. It's not the greatest bonsai tree to bonsai, but it looks nice. I like the new purple growth, and put some wire on it, just playing around with it. And over here I've got another boerboon, Scotia. He also died. Well, I killed it many times and it's just bounced back. Here's another Quercus suber. It's a corky bark oak. Nice thick trunk at the bottom, and also completely stumped it. And Got it in a big pot, allowing the roots to grow. Gonna fertilize these things heavily in springtime, let them grow. It'll be a complete different picture down this bonsai bench here. There's another ficus, also a root over rock planting. There's a big iron quartz or iron rock. See the new roots coming out on the side here as the rains washed away the soil. Just usually you can see the rock sticking out, and I take some nice muck and I just close those exposed roots up. The rocks down there, you can see the roots are grown all over the rock there. So I'm excited. This spring I'll wash those roots, the soil off, expose those roots of these two little ficus trees. Got a cute little portulacaria. In the future I'll weed and then make the video. It's a self-made cement pot. It's got a nice little canopy on top. This was just a stump that I cut off, stuck it in the ground, and turned into a nice little bonsai. Got another Podocarpus falcatus, Tiniqua yellowwood. This guy did from seed a couple of years ago. This is a little mini Podocarpus henkelii. Took this one out of someone's garden. Someone threw it away. This one was planted from seed. This is another falcatus. I've had this tree for 8, it's about 8 years now. And that's a cool little yellowwood. I love this one. Here I've got another spac wimpy, another portulacaria, growing quite skew in this pot. We'll do repot and pruning and shaping, like I said, in September, but it's developing nicely, getting some character. Here's another dwarf portulacaria. Nice kink in the trunk there, bend. Need a prune it. It's growing quite wild, but you can see how super small these leaves are. Let's compare it to the leaves of the larger portulacaria, and these taste quite nice. High in vitamin C, vitamins. Just look at the size difference between the dwarf and the larger portulacaria. But then there's the medium growing one, which is this one. So if I put that next to it, you can see the three different sizes there. Small on the left, this is the big one, and this is the medium growing one. This is the more common one. A little coffee tree there, coffee plant. This is a little Kai apple. That nice root sticking out there. Nice nabari. A little bit of reverse taper. It's okay. All looking dull. And this is a Chinese elm. There's an old hard growth stick I just stuck in the pot about a year ago, and it sent this new growth out, and it's grown. Might be an English elm, I'm not sure. I don't think it's a, why am I not sure now, but it's an elm nonetheless. And just look at those roots coming out the bottom. Healthy white roots down the bottom, just from a hard old stick with lichen on it. And this is a ficus. I think it's Australian ficus. Can't remember its fancy names. There's a passion fruit and then a couple of sick yellowwood bonsai. Then I've got another little Chinese elm that I've put some wire on, and see, it's, even though it's winter, it's pushed that one little branch of new growth. So I'm excited to see what this guy's going to do. I also rooted this struck it from a cutting. It was a small cutting, and let's see how that goes. And then, I don't know, I bought this from a nursery. It looks like a type of a juniper, but it's more sharp, stinging like pine needles, almost short pine needles. I don't know if anyone knows what sort of juniper this is. I'm not sure.